esta declaración y ahora voy a dar la palabra al último, a la WAS Human Rights Group, que es el último que tengo en la lista.
Thank you, Mr. President. My name is Silavi from Ahvaz Human Rights Organization. I'm speaking on behalf of the Ahwazi Arab ethnic minority. Residing mainly in the southwest of Iran, the Ahwazi Arab are one of Iran's most disadvantaged and most persecuted ethnic groups. Arabs estimated to be between 5 to 7 million, or about 10% of the population of Iran, who live in the southwestern regions of Iran, in the province of Khuzestan, or also called by its indigenous name Iqlim al-Ahwaz, or Arabistan. Ahwazis constitute an indigenous, ethnic, national, and linguistic minority in Iran. Historically, this indigenous Arab community has been marginalized, excluded, and discriminated.
Thank you, Mr. Chairperson. It is a principal criteria that any participant in the UN fora should use the recognized reference to the geographical names and regions of the UN members and to observe the territorial integrity and sovereignty of states. Hence, please remind the speaker to respect this issue and to refrain from using the fabricated names regarding the Iranian territories. Thank you, Mr. Chairperson.
Muchas gracias. Seguimos pidiendo lo de siempre, que es una estructura de diálogo y también tener en cuenta algunas de las apreciaciones que se hacen para que este diálogo se profundice. Voy a pedir a la representante de la organización no gubernamental que siga teniendo la palabra y que se atenga a las normas de procedimiento que intensifican el diálogo en este recinto. Por favor.
Though this province accounts for up to 90% of Iran's all GDP, the towns and cities populated by the Ahwazi Arabs in Khuzestan province continue to bear the scar of the Iran-Iraq war of the 1980s, where many Ahwazis, including my relatives, have been killed. During the Iran-Iraq war, the geographic location of Khuzestan caused the province to suffer a great deal of environmental damages, the effect of which are beginning to affect the health of the population. Residents of the war-torn Arab cities of Khafajiyah, Falahiyah, Shadegan, and Susanger suffer from unusually high rate of skin, heart, and kidney diseases due to continued storage and use of chemical and biological materials and other related pollutants remaining from the war. Ahwazi Arab farmlands are heavily contaminated with industrial pollutants and the detritus of war, leading to serious birth defects as well as skin and respiratory diseases. The government has not taken any action to remedy the situation. According to the Human Rights Watch report, millions of landmines remaining from the Iran-Iraqi war in the province of Khuzestan killed and maimed indigenous inhabitants and in southwestern areas every day, most of which are girls and boys who work in the fields. In the case of any natural disaster also, the Iranian authorities do not provide any support or aid to the affected indigenous citizens and farmers. The flood that hit the Ahvaz region earlier this year and devastated farms and homes have caused 10.5 trillion Iranian rials of damage, according to the latest estimates. Ahwazi farmers complain that only 10% of the funds dedicated to drainage project over 550-hectare region were actually spent. That means the farmers had to foot the bill for the destruction of their homes and farms as a result of maladministration and corruption. As after 30 years, we have not been provided any answer to why and for what reason we are fighting to hold on our national identity, culture, and language, while the state has excluded us from the Iranian landscape, politically, economically, and socially. And if you think that what I'm stating here is hyperbole or exaggeration, please look at the reports that the Iranians have supported, these blue booklets, where every city and every province is detailed according to the ethnicity and religion. But the only city and the only province that is not stated is Ahvaz and the province of Khuzestan. No mention of Arabs at all. And I think the report confirms my statement. Thank you.